Hey there, abiding fam, and welcome back for another journal with me. This one, you might be able to tell, is going to be a little bit different because we are doing everything in real time. Now, there are going to be a few jump cuts so that you're not totally bored watching this video, but everything you see me do, from making the background to doing some brush lettering, you're going to see how long it actually takes me in real time. So I hope that you are down for this different style. Do let me know down in the comments if you prefer seeing the journaling really sped up so that you can get through it quickly and just see the page come together kind of magically, or if you prefer to slow things down and see the actual process and how long it actually takes to do some of these different techniques. What I love about this page is it actually was a little bit of a happy accident. So I initially did that spritz, that beautiful shimmer, through the stencil, thinking that that would create the trees. But in fact, the tree stencil didn't quite work with that shimmer mist. The shimmer mist just sort of went under the stencil and bled all over the place on the page so that it didn't actually outline the trees. So then after that dried, I went in with that blue distress stain over top of it to hopefully make the actual stencil lines stand out a little bit better. And then to make it stand out even more, I went in with my gray Le Pen pen. Le Pen is one of my favorite brands of pens to journal with. So if you're ever in the market for new pens, I definitely recommend these ones. And any supplies that I love, I always update my Amazon shop down below. There's a link that you can check it out, and I keep a curated list of my favorite supplies on it so that you can always have a place to go when you need somebody to enable you. So as you can see, when you take out the stencil, you have this awesome outline of the trees, and the brown gold mist that I had spritzed onto the page bled into the trees, and then the blue ended up being the sky. So it worked out perfectly. I could not have asked for it to work out better because I love the mottled look of the trees, and then with the blue background, it perfectly mimics the sky. So, like I said, a happy accident because this was not my initial intention. So I then went ahead and put in a sticker that says here and now. This spread is really focused on celebrating being present and enjoying the little moments of life because we're focusing on a nice Sunday walk in this spread. And then on this day, we also made hot cocoa, and though you probably can't see it because of how tiny it is written, on that little jar it says homemade hot cocoa on it. Maybe you can see it now. So I used that journaling card. I've been hoarding it for a while because it is so pretty, but I finally decided that this was the perfect spread to include it in. So I went back to the same sticker sheet for this cute everyday life sticker, and I really love the muted pastel colors of the sticker sheet with the light blue and the light pink, and how it plays off of the deeper colors in the journaling card. And then one thing, guys, that you'll notice I always like to have fun with switching up is how I put the date. So I always recommend, if you're going to start getting into creative journaling, if there's any time to have multiple of the same kind of item, it's anything with numbers on it. So I'm always looking for new washi tapes that are different kinds of numbers, different stencils, different stamps. You'd be surprised how many different things you can find with numbers on it and then repurpose it to use in your journal. Even an old calendar spread. We just recently did that in a live with me, a live journal with me that we have here on my channel. You can go back and watch it. But in that video, we use an old calendar to do the dates. So it's a really fun thing to play with, and I always try to have different things with numbers on them to use for that purpose. And then here, guys, is one of the reasons I wanted to slow down this video for you, because I think it's always helpful to see how long it actually takes for hand lettering. So as you can see, writing out just one word, Sunday, took a little bit of time. And if you're curious, the pens that I used for that are my Pentel brush pens. And these are one of my favorite ones for color. There's also Tombow Fudenosuke pens, which I use a ton for my hand lettering and brush lettering, and those now come in different colors as well. So I am definitely planning on getting my hands on the colored pack of those. But for now, the Pentels work really well. So for this, I'm just doing a little bit of hand lettering. So I wrote down Sunday, and then using the same Pentel, or not Pentel, sorry, the same Le Pen pen in gray, I wrote down afternoon so that it is the same pen as what we used for the stencil. It's always a good idea to stick to one or two pens for a spread so that it all looks cohesive. And then I just did walks in the same Pentel pen. Here I'm bringing in washi again. Besides dates in number form, the other thing that is always good to have is different ways of writing out the month that you're currently in. So here I'm using washi tape to achieve that effect, this really pretty metallic, and this month was November. So I just cut off the little piece that says November and stuck that on here. And then I went back to that same sticker sheet and put this sticker on the spread that says enjoy time at home. And so what I love about this spread so far is before I've even put any journaling down on the page, I am taken back to that day. I recall that we went on a beautiful Sunday walk in the afternoon with that hand lettered piece. I recall that it was a really beautiful frosty day in the woods because of the tree background that we created. And I also recall that we spent some time at home as well and even made some homemade hot chocolate. And I get all of that from this page without even reading any of the journaling. And that is why I am so fond of creative journaling, because while the words are so important and I love flipping through my old journals that are just my words on paper, there's something so special about being able to open a page and immediately recall what happened just through the visuals. And you guys see that all the time in my journaling, that I love creating lots of visuals to take me back to that moment. You'll see here that I added some lines and little curly circles to the trees to make them pop a little bit more and look a little bit more realistic. If you check out my one plan with me, I think it was for this last November, I did trees like that and show you exactly how you can make those types of trees even without a stencil if you just want to doodle them all on your own. And then guys, I just went in and added in my journaling, and that completed this entry. So I hope you enjoyed this style of journal with me. If you're new here, please be sure to subscribe, and I'll look forward to seeing you all in the next one. Until then, fam, keep exploring your abiding creativity and document a life full of abiding hope, faith, and love.